Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now in this video we are going to be going over Wonderland Time. Yes, that is correct. We have an update on Wonderland. I'm going to be updating you with everything all on the current news. I've got a few videos coming out on Wonderland because there's a lot to cover just in one video. This is very nostalgic. I'm sure a lot of you guys are here from the Wonderland content back when I started the channel late November, early December last year, and I appreciate everyone that's kind of stuck by the videos and supporting me throughout this time. Now in this video we're going to be going over Wonderland, updates on everything, what it's currently doing, and are you still earning on your time or wrapped memo? Let's get into it. Guys, before we get into it, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and be very careful about what you're investing in crypto and DeFi because of the riskiest stuff in the world. With that being said, let's jump into it. So Wonderland DAO, a collective that is motivated to empower crypto Web3 protocols. Our treasury deploys capital at the earliest stages of projects and uses advanced treasury management strategies to maximize capital growth. So the DAO treasury is currently set at 121 million. Who remembers when this was over $2 billion? Interesting stuff, right? So how it works, our strengths, our investments, you can see all of that good stuff. But we want the meat and gravy. We want the update. So Memo is currently set around $27,000, market cap 250 million dollars, TVL 120 million, treasury balance 121.6, and backing is 27,415. Not many people are interested in that anymore, but essentially what's happening is rebases have stopped, and we're also going to be going over a few other things. So the first thing is that rebases have stopped. Okay, now this was actually put into play about a month ago, where no more rebases. You're not now you're no longer earning rebases on your wrap memo or time. Okay, so in January Wonderland transitioned to Memo and introduced a non-dilutive mints. Dilutive mint, sorry. Shortly after, minting was turned off following the price crash, leaving rebases with no real purpose. Okay, so they have essentially stopped rebasing for Memo. Now here is a high-level overview. As we move away from the principal OHM mechanics, minting, bonding of time, and the time token being the force of Wonderland, the rebasing of Memo is now just a legacy feature. It's being proposed that the core team put a stop to this mechanism and remove the information related to it. Turning off rebases will complete our transition from an OHM fork and push us more to the focus, the community of on what we are now. This will also set the stage for Wonderland's future. So provide a low-level detail. Rebases are a token split. Every rebase, the time Memo adjusts for the splits. So even though you have more tokens, it's not worth more unless the price goes up. The main focus should be the price of W Memo, keeping in mind the profits to be gained holding are by staking wrapped Memo in the farm or revenue share and from market price action. To end the confusion, it's proposed to stop the rebase. Business or technical requirements implementation of the proposal. The core team will disable the rebase and update the DApp to ensure there's no confusion as the APY, next reward amount, yield and ROI, 5 days, etc. will now be obsolete. User will still be able to stake time, but should not be able to unstake. Users should be wrapping their Memo and use wrapped Memo instead. So there was a vote, and you can see that the vote passed to stop rebases. Okay, so how do you earn on your tokens now? Well, essentially what you do is you come over to this farming, and you can go ahead and farm through the revenue share, which they generate the revenue from their investments. Okay, now if you go onto their homepage, you can actually go ahead and see their investments there. So our investments, you can click on this and you can see they have investments in BetSwap, liquid staking product, gaming, NFT, DeFi, and layer 1, layer 2 infrastructure. So that's essentially what they are doing right now. If we go over to governance voting, you can kind of see everything over here. Stop rebases. So it was actually a 50.55% of people voted yes to stop rebasing, and only 49.45% said make no changes. So it was extremely close, like 1% difference in favor of stopping rebases. Okay, which is pretty crazy stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rest of these votes in just a second, but essentially how you're now earning with Wonderland is coming ahead, going over to the farm and earning 16.32% on your wrapped Memo for their investment. So essentially they're like a DeFi hedge fund kind of thing, sort of. Now they're sort of a revenue share platform where you go ahead and stake your wrap Memo and then you earn 16.326% per year. So they kind of changed from a DAO to this sort of DeFi as a service kind of mechanism where you farm. You're basically just staking your time and then farming for more time, right? It's essentially a staking token now, which is obviously different from a DAO. So going over the snapshots here for Wonderland, we can see special polling formal inquiry of Daniele. So yeah, you can kind of see they kind of were going to do an inquiry on Daniele, but 71% of people said it's not, it doesn't need to be done. They don't want it to be done. Amendment and clarification of quarterly redemption, earn yield on part of our ETH and Bitcoin. So here's another exciting vote. So essentially what they wanted to do is, we can go ahead and read over this, but what they're going to do is they're going to, or this vote was here. So Wonderland should earn a yield of part of its BTC and ETH positions. It can do so by diversifying BTC and ETH to mint GLP, a token paying 15 to 20% yield on the GMX platform. Based on feedback, the ideal size position for GLP would be $12.5 million in value to keep our risk diversified. As GLP is about 55 to 45 BTC to ETH stablecoins, minting GLP by only using BTC and ETH would reduce exposure to BTC and ETH. So minting GLP, essentially you can go and see pretty much they're voting if they should start to be able to, or we should be able to earn yield on part of the ETH and BTC there, okay, which a massive proportion said yes. Over almost 81% of people said yes, let's earn a yield on part of our ETH and BTC. Now they're also looking at a new treasury advisor, Yield Chad there, okay, which 56.7% of people said no, don't elect this guy as the yield advisor, essentially advising where they should put their funds. And here we go. There was another vote here, time extension, amendment and clarification of quarterly redemption. So that is the latest. Votes. Okay, so that's essentially what's happening with Wonderland now. You go ahead and you go and farm your tokens here on the Wonderland app, and you get 16.32%, which is paid to you with their investments. So is Wonderland dead as a DAO? Yes, as a new project, and they're trying to rebrand by the looks of it as a sort of farming / DeFi as a service project. Can they come back? I don't know. It's going to take a lot of work because, Wonderland was massive in the DAO season. Can Wonderland rebrand as a new DeFi product? I don't know if people are going to invest in it. Okay, people look, it's one of those things where it's a salty topic for a lot of people. It's one of those where they don't want to think about it anymore just because of what happened with the DAO season. And obviously, Daniele and a bunch of other people on the team, it looked like they were leveraging. Again, none of this is factual information, but that's kind of what we saw, which kind of, did not help with the price. So there you go. That is Wonderland. That's what's happening with Wonderland. You can go ahead and stake it on here, but there's no more rebases. There's also some extra information on Wonderland, which I'm going to be bringing you. But that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you on my next video. Peace.